Hey guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training. Just figured I'd do a little bit of yak session on my way to lunch into town. Talking about my last video with food aggression. All right, a very controversial subject when you get into corrections and you get into dominance and all that, because Caesar's got a certain way with himself, and a lot of what he knows, well, not a lot of what he knows, but some of those were stuff that I rubbed off on him when I was working dogs with him, and I have a certain attitude as far as having a pack structure within the way I treat my animals and what I do with the animals in regards to things like this. You know, there's certain key instances, just like I talk about certain key instances where I use corrections, that I don't broach around it. I come right at it, because it's you're dealing with instincts and drives in a dog that has the potential to be very dangerous, and you need to nip this stuff in the bud when they're young and just get it done and over with and get on the other side. And then as long as you're consistent with your rules and how you apply it, that's what's important, right? If you're wishy-washy, you're not consistent, and one time you don't apply it and the next time you do, it's not fair to the animal, and it's definitely not conducive to training, right? Consistency is the key in any type of training. That's why so many trainers can do things totally differently and the dog will still learn, because they're consistent with what they do. They might not be doing it exactly the way I would do it, but the consistency is what matters, right? And that social pressure, and then the golden rule of nipping something like that in the bud and having a correction level the dog does not want to broach again. Very important. Then you're going to get to the fear side of things, and you can balance that out, which means you did good dog, good, you know. But you want to get this done and over with without any hesitancy as far as being wishy-washy or inconsistent. You want to make sure the dog respects and understands that this is an area that you will not broach anything other than it complying to what it's supposed to do and knowing better than to going off to the food. Because you got to think about the instincts of the animal. The instinct to pack and structure of a dog is that this is a food motivational drive, right? And possessiveness that can be really a problem, especially when you're dealing with the breeds that I deal with, right? Working dogs with high levels of high levels of energy and drive states that are a little bit different than just it's not like having a Cavalier Spaniel, a King Spaniel or something. You could probably have the same thing. You could create that same behavior if you didn't act the right way, and the dog would get just as bad. I mean, I've seen plenty of small dogs be the same way as a large dog, but remember, the dogs I'm dealing with have a lot more stature, so it's important. So if there's any questions, you have any concerns with what I gave you, chime away. Put it in there, and I'll come back the best way I can. There's going to be a certain point that I don't agree with you, and I think you're wrong, and I'll tell you that. You know, I mean, I've been doing this since I was 12, a lot of years, a lot of instinct, and a lot of ability at what I do, so I'm not going to shy away from being the expert in that regard, because I pretty much know what I'm talking about. There'll be a lot of agreement, and maybe there'll be some disagreement from your purely positive crowd, or those that aren't as familiar with strong breeds that I deal with, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys have a good Christmas. If I don't see you again, I'll be picking up Creed this week at the airport, and I'll let you see some videos of him. You'll get to see some video online. I still would love to see you guys putting in more donations to our Creed Canine Project. We need as much as we can get to offset the cost. We've got the donation of the dog, and then Joaquin on the other side has been good enough to go ahead and put all the money out of his pocket to get the dog over here, and I really feel bad about that. I mean, the guy deserves to have some money thrown towards him to be able to offset the cost. I wish I could afford it. I've already given $100 donation, and I'm going to be putting a lot of money out in regards to, I already did. The broker cost me money. Now we have to deal with a broker coming out of that area because of the pandemic. Close to $400 for that, and then I'm going to get a rental and go all the way back with all the expenses to get the dog back to Missouri. I'm looking at probably a good $1,200–1,500 out of my own pocket for all this, maybe more, right? So that is my donation to the cause, and we're just looking for so a little bit of monetary to be able to offset our costs, because it's not something we're doing that we can afford the loss. Things are tight for us as well as all the other people, so big favor. Help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you. Canine Creed Project. And we'll be showing you some videos of him coming soon. His father is Tommy, and the female is the sister of the dog that I have in the litter, in the the kennel. I'm pretty sure that's that breeding that he was telling me about. That's out of the same time period as Buddy. I bred my bitch, and then he bred his bitch on his side within a week or so apart, because they were out of the same litter. They came in the season pretty close together, and he went and took his bitch to go get bred with Tommy. I'm here in the States, I don't have access to Tommy, so, but it'd be nice to see what Creed's all about, where his head's at. It'll show me a lot about the bloodlines and the breeding, because I'm going to be going back to him for some other stuff that I'm working on now. So we'll talk to you later. Have a good Christmas, everybody. Enjoy your holidays. Stay home. Be safe. It's not worth getting your loved ones sick by trying to travel and doing all that. Really, believe me. I thank you much. You have a good day. Bye-bye.